King of the Court. This is the second episode of King of the Court, and I'm here again with good friend, family member Luke Mitchell. How are you doing, Luke?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Hope everybody stayed cool. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. You know, ever since last week, a lot has happened in the Sacramento area, and, you know, Demar Derozan is officially a Sacramento King. Let me say that one more time. Demar Derozan is officially a Sacramento King.
Say one more time.
Demar Derozan is a Sacramento King, and he is here to stay.
Yes,
and
sir.
The more I say it, the more I like it. So
I like that.
Really excited to get Demar here in Sac, you know, with this young core of De'Aaron, Sabonis, Malik, and Keegan. I think he's a great fifth option or a fifth guy to add to that core. But the Sacramento Kings did trade away Harrison Barnes to the San Antonio Spurs and Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks to the Chicago Bulls. You know, Harrison Barnes, we got to give him some light here. He was a real vet, and he really helped Sacramento turn it around.
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm sad to see him go. He was here for 6 years, 6 years.
He was the longest tenured King before getting traded.
Did a lot for the team. First of all, he helped a lot of young guys grow and get through their early years in their career, and then he did a lot for the community as well, just like helping out just local businesses, and then just any just low-income community as well. He helped out a lot over there. It's pretty awesome for him.
Oh, yeah. You know, Harrison is such a great guy, and all his teammates and everyone that's ever met him just raves about him as a person. And, you know, he was somewhat of a leader for the Sacramento Kings team, kind of more of a quiet leader than Demar, I think, will be. Demar is more of that vocal presence, and especially on the court, Demar, I feel like, is going to make a big impact on, you know, De'Aaron's development, Malik's development, all these young guys. So really hyped to get Demar on this team. But I have to be honest, when I first heard about the trade rumors a few weeks ago about us getting Demar, I was really against it at first. What was your initial reaction?
I don't think I was against it, but I definitely just had to look deeper into it.
Yeah.
Just see how he would fit against the team. First of all, he wasn't a part of any of the trade rumors that were initial with Brandon Ingram, Kuzma, Cam Johnson,
Markkanen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All those names. He wasn't even in those headlines.
He was in the back of our minds,
exactly.
Just as a kind of a backup plan. But now that we got him and learning more about, you know, his game and how much of a leader he really is, I'm really excited for him to be on this team.
Yeah. I think he's gonna fit well. He's gonna float. I got a few things I want to talk about him on the team, just who he might affect and just anything coming into the team. 3 years too on a pretty decent deal.
Yeah, that is a really good deal, you know, especially in today's NBA where all these role players are getting paid huge contracts. But Demar is on a pretty good deal, and he is, you know, arguably still a top 20, 30 player in the NBA. He averaged almost 25 a game last year.
Yep.
One of the clutchest players. But who do you think he can help develop?
Keegan, first of all, they're both relative in position. Keegan's a little bit bigger. Obviously, Keegan's already pretty much got that defensive lockdown.
Yeah, he does.
And
Last year, he showed that.
In his second year, he just showed up. Working with De'Aaron all the time. De'Aaron's got the quick hand, so he's got that defense. But, now Keegan just has to take that next step on offense. He has the catch and shoot. He has that effectiveness on the perimeter. But DeMar has that mid-range game to back down and get the double team on him pretty much all the time.
That's so true.
I think he'll be able to help Keegan get that versatility of scoring everywhere in the key and in the paint.
That's a really good point you brought up there. Because you are right. Keegan's game is pretty much last year was catch and shoot. You know, maybe 1 or 2 dribbles, get to the paint. But I think DeRozan, you're right. He can really help Keegan develop more of an ISO game and just a one-on-one, be able to break down your defender, and that creates open looks for other guys. So This is a big move.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, what I love about DeMar is just how much he loves the game of basketball. All he talks about is just how much he always wants to hoop. You know, he doesn't miss games. He's played in 93% of his games in his entire career, which is unheard of in today's league.
Kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
You hear about Kawhi backing out of the Olympic team. We'll get down to that. But it's just DeMar, he played almost 3,000 minutes, I think, last year, which was first in the NBA.
Led the NBA in minutes.
Sabonis
was number 2 in minutes.
Exactly. So you add it to this young team here in Sacramento. It opens up their floor so much more. So then they could have a little bit more pressure lifted off of them on the offensive side, especially.
Exactly. The only thing I am a little worried about is the defensive end with DeRozan. He is getting up there in age. It's been some years since he's been an elite defender, but I really do think he will buy into this Sacramento, like the coaching, like Mike Brown's going to make him buy in to the defensive end. And last year, the second half of the year when they started Keon, when Herter went out with an injury, their defense was one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
So
it's a big change. I will say, and I mean, with his defense lacking on especially ISO out on the perimeter, he's not good on the on-ball defense.
Yeah.
I think we've built a good defensive scheme where we don't really need to worry about that with Keegan coming out already like
Keegan's
that.
our best on-ball defender with De'Aaron and Keon.
Exactly,
if we do start
as you said, Keon.
Yeah.
We don't know if we want to start Keon or Malik right now.
Yeah.
Malik said he's fine with coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Keon was doing great starting last year,
He
adding
really
that
was.
defensive pressure. So it's just that and then also with other additions that we added recently, we have that defensive pressure.
Yeah.
So with quick hands and everything, we don't really need to worry about Demar's defensive presence a whole lot out on the perimeter.
That is a good point. And he also is a good team defender. It's not that he doesn't want to play defense. It's just he is getting up there in age, and the foot speed and all that with the one-on-one, like you were saying, is probably past his best days. But I still do think he is a good team defender, and he will buy in, and he's going to get in help side. He's going to make the right play. And I think he's going to really help everyone on this team just get even better. So really
Definitely.
excited to see what he can do. But, the best part of his game that you brought up earlier was his mid-range game. Now we have two of the best mid-range shooters in the league. We have De'Aaron and Demar.
Add-along clutch players.
Yeah.
Both had the most clutch points and fourth quarter points at the same time.
Yeah, over the last 2 seasons, De'Aaron Fox is number 1 in fourth quarter points at 1,085, and DeMar DeRozan is number 2 in fourth quarter points at 1,047. So I also think in the fourth quarter, having DeRozan can really help take some pressure off De'Aaron.
Let's just put them both out there for the fourth quarter.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
be able to handle
they got it
they
in the
got
fourth.
they're chilling.
And last year especially, I feel like the Kings played in so many close games.
Yeah, those close games, we needed to close them out. So adding DeMar to that, it'll put us that one step further to close it out. And we won't even be close. We'll have that extra scoring, that extra push. So then those back-to-back games where we needed to close it out and try and get on that win streak, try to just start something going.
Yeah.
We'll get that now with DeMar, I feel like.
Yeah, that's so true. Also something I've been hearing a lot, all his old coaches and all the old players that he's played with have just raved about him, as a player, as a leader, as a locker room presence, and he like I said earlier, he just loves to hoop, and that's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to get taken out of the game. He never wants to sit out. Yep. So that's my favorite part of his game.
His interview, his welcome interview that he had, I think that was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
There were a few quotes in there. I was just like, he's here to win. He wants to give something the city deserves. So, he wants a championship here for sure.
Which is crazy.
So
we're
awesome.
talking about it.
I know.
The Kings maybe being, how close do you think we are to being real contenders? Because I still don't think this puts us as a real contender for a championship. It definitely boosts us up. Hopefully past making the first round and all that. But
definitely. He has that winning mindset. Yeah. He's been in these big games before. Mm-hmm. So he definitely can help these other players get past that first round where, a couple of them have been for these past 2 years. So I think he'll be able to get us to that point where we go to the second round, possibly the semifinals.
Yeah.
But I think we'd still need one more piece, especially a defensive-minded piece.
Agree with that.
I don't think it has to be a big star. I think it could be a guy who especially excels on defense. It doesn't really need to be both sides. We just need that big power forward,
like lengthy wing that can guard all positions,
and then could kind of stretch the floor at least rely on a three here and there.
Catch and shoot.
Yeah. Exactly, because that's what we rely on right now.
Yeah, who the perfect player who you're describing is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Tell me why I was looking at this guy, right?
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith is exactly who you're describing. He can almost guard 1 through 5. He's got the long arms. He can shoot the three a little bit. And I don't think his asking price would be too high.
No, he's a little bit older than the other guy, Cam Johnson, is
Cam
the other
Johnson's
guy.
really young, and
But
I think Cam
he's
Johnson
10
would take
million
some first-round picks.
Yeah, exactly. He'll take at least a first-round pick. And if we're going to be trading someone, I think Kevin Hurt is still on the trading block right now.
He really is. Also, I hate to say it because I love the guy so much, and he's honestly been one of my favorites since he's joined the Kings. But Trey Lyles might also be on the trading block just because of his contract.
I don't want to hear that. No.
I know. I don't want to hear that either because he's been a huge part.
He's huge, and then he's also that position that we still need right now.
Yeah,
he's like he can shoot the ball, he can stretch the floor,
he can play this 5, he can play the 4.
He could get down low and play dirty and get that rebound.
And he is a dog. I think
he's
one of those guys like Malik and Trey Lyles. I think are the 2 dogs on the team last year.
Oh yeah,
and he won't back down to anyone.
No, yeah,
I hope they don't trade Trey.
We need that light skin power.
We do, man. Trey is one of those guys. Moving on from Demar, unless you have anything else to say about him. But going back, at first I didn't like the fit with his team just because he's not known as a 3-point shooter, and in today's NBA, that's just not a recipe for success. As he's been on the Bulls the past few years, and they really haven't been successful at all.
If you on DeMar, he hasn't had this kind of team, I think, in a long time.
He really hasn't. Yeah.
Like a team that could spread the floor as much as. So there's Keon Ellis, Malik Monk. I think it's also Fox, and then Keegan Murray. They all have 40% shooting off catch and shoot threes.
Wow.
In the league.
That's a great stat.
A couple of them go up to 43%, Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
And then with DeMar being able to go in, drive, and get that paint touch, draw a double team and off the perimeter, he'll have so many people to kick the ball out to and pop a 3. So he'll have so many options to either just turn that fade away that hits 50% of the time.
He loves that turn away fade.
And then have a 40% chance out on the perimeter with his 4 3-point shooters that he hasn't had. Really.
I do love those odds. Yeah. The only thing is to push back on that is in the starting lineup with Sabonis and DeRozan, that could clog it up a little bit, and that is why I was pretty against it when I started hearing the rumors. Mm-hmm. But hearing more about him and all this stuff, he's a basketball player. It's not like he's not going to shoot the 3 ball. Just because he shot about 33% from the 3 last year, he's still going to shoot them, and he can get to that mid range. He has the best pump fake in the NBA as well.
Oh yeah,
he has the best pump fake, and you could ask any NBA player, and they would say
reminiscence
that.
Of Kobe and Jordan
Bryant.
in the mid range.
That he said Kobe was his idol, and he tries to play like Kobe.
Move on, but one more thing. DeMar plays amazing off the handoff pick and roll.
That is our offense.
That's our offense with Sabonis up top. And then Alex Len, add that into the conversation. True. He's a great screener.
He is.
So we add that. We could do 3 in one possession, get the defense switched up completely, and then pop a 3, get an easy bucket down low, Sabonis wide open.
That's a really good point because, in the first year of the Kings' Cinderella run, so that was 2 years ago now, their offense was just the best in the NBA that year. It was with Sabonis being up top, doing those handoffs, getting Kevin Huerter, Keegan, open looks, all those guys. Last year, I noticed it from opening night that every team they played was jumping those handoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And now with DeRozan coming off those handoffs, he can, if they jump it, he can go downhill. He can get by someone, and then, like you said, he can kick out to those 40% shooters. So,
exactly.
So, you're getting me more excited hearing all these stats because I was, like I said, I was against it at first, but now, hearing more about him as a player.
And, back to your contenders question, if we're contenders. As a Sacramento Kings fan. We're always contenders.
Always.
We're always contenders.
Light that beam.
Light the beam.
Light that beam. Okay, let's move on from DeRozan. The Kings also made another move, not even close to as big as a move as DeMar, but they also signed free agent guard Jordan McLaughlin from Minnesota, who I also really like.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
He's a good backup guard.
He really
to come
is.
Off the bench.
He's a vet.
Great vet that is tenacious on D. He has quick hands.
Long arms.
Great basketball IQ. Yeah. He sees that. He knows where everybody is on the court. He could pass the ball really well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. Just like time where De'Aaron needs a little breather, he'll be able to come in, stop the defense from making a big move.
Yeah, I think he can help Devin Carter develop as well. I do think he's an upgrade at the backup point, like over Davion. I think he's better than Davion is right now, and he's more like he can shoot the 3 better.
Agreed.
He can space the floor. He's maybe not as good of a defender as Davion was, but he's still a dog
He has
out
the
there.
quick hands.
Yeah, he has quick hands, and he gets a lot of steals. So I think that's a big move. And like I said, he can shoot it. He's just a dog. He just wants to win.
No, yeah, he's ready. I mean, yeah, as a vet, he'll fit in anywhere that he wants to. He's ready to win. He wants to look good for anybody.
Yeah,
so
I do think he will get some real minutes.
Definitely
in the opening night. Honestly,
we don't have a lot of leading point guards to dribble down the court and start. I mean,
because Keon and Devin Carter, if Malik does start, if those two are your backup guards, I don't know which one would be the backup point.
Exactly.
Because Keon's not really a point; he's more of a catch and shoot guy, and we don't know about Devin Carter too much.
And then also seeing Devin Carter's college highlights. I mean, he's a great player. He just needs to work on those handles a little bit more.
True, that is what you said last week.
Yeah. So having him dribble up the court is just he'll have to hand the ball off kind of quick. But with McLaughlin. I see him dribbling around. He has a lot of confidence. He
does.
Makes an amazing pass, finds somebody open all the time.
Yeah. And also Devin Carter could miss the beginning of the regular season. He's having shoulder surgery.
Oh, so I did not hear about that.
Hopefully he's not out too long. It doesn't seem like it's too bad, but, I do think he might miss the beginning of the season, which really
That's
sucks.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was hoping he was going to at least make it back for the end of summer league, but that's some unfortunate news.
Yeah. Last night I went to the California Classic at Golden 1. I got to see China play against the San Antonio Spurs in the first game, and then I saw the Kings. It was pretty much the Kings, not the C team. I would say it was the D team. Because they called up the C team to San Francisco because they play the Warriors today in another California Classic game. So they called up Keon, they called up Colby Jones, they called up Jordan Ford. So it was really a bunch of guys that were on Stockton last year and just super young guys. But I was really impressed seeing the San Antonio Spurs play. They did play against China, so how much does that really affect? But their rookie Stephon Castle was really impressive.
I heard about. I mean, I saw his highlights also. I was looking into him before the whole draft. I was just he's definitely a potential for the Kings at some point.
To draft,
he's an impressive young kid.
He might be the best rookie in this class.
That's what I was thinking.
On defense, he was really locking up yesterday. Those guys could not score on him, and he had 18. I think he had 6 rebounds and 5 assists. So fill in the stat sheet. He's a longer point guard. But yeah, I'm really excited to see him play with Wemby.
Oh yeah, no, I mean and then he'll be coming off the bench behind
Chris
CP3.
Paul,
Yeah, playing with our boy HB over there.
Yeah.
So he has some teachers for him over there for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. But also what I saw last night was the Kings lose to Charlotte. Their rookie, T-John Salon, looked really athletic, but I don't know how confident I am in that pick. He is really a developmental pick, and that's usually what Charlotte does, it seems like. They always get some guy that could be the next Giannis, but also is probably going to be in the G League in a few years.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I looked up the highlights for it. That guy Bryce McGowens.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for a couple years, still only 21 years old.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get a bunch of minutes, but obviously 21 years old, younger than both of us.
Yeah,
so it's just
crazy.
I think he's going to be a nice breakout star in the future.
Yeah,
I think
he almost had 30 last night.
Yeah, obviously only the summer league, but I think it'll grow into something even better.
Yeah, and what I noticed about him last night, early in that game, he missed a wide open dunk. And, he didn't pout. He hustled back on defense right after. He didn't put his head down. He didn't act like, oh, what am I doing? He hustled back, and it ended up working out. He had some major slams in that game, too. He is really athletic, and he can shoot it. So look out for that guy.
All you got to ask for in a player is just hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah, also just some quick other summer league news. Zach Edey the other day had a tip-in game winner. I was really impressed with his game.
He how many rebounds was that?
14 something. Yeah,
15 rebounds.
He's a monster, and he was playing against the Utah Jazz, and they were playing pretty much their starting center, Walker Kessler.
Yep.
And he dominated Walker Kessler.
Yeah, I was surprised. Obviously, Walker Kessler, he's an amazing player off the bat. He's obviously the Jazz didn't have anybody to put down there at center after losing Gobert.
True.
But watching him play, I was like, oh damn, he's in the summer league still because he's like super young. Just got drafted.
Mm-hmm.
But no, watching the highlights, Edie was just handling him like he's already in the league pretty much.
I am very curious to see if he's going to be able to do that, against a guy like Valanciunas. A Kings fan I was talking to yesterday about Zach Edey was like, I don't really believe in his game because I don't think he can do it against, someone like Sabonis, someone like these real centers in the NBA. Like, let's see if he can really back them down that easily.
Those centers they're almost the same size as him.
Yeah.
Like a little bit shorter, but then they have the same weight, almost built, and then they're faster. So that's the thing. They're way faster.
Yeah. I do think he will develop into a good player.
Yes. I don't think he'll be a breakout superstar center.
Mm-hmm. Also something that happened yesterday in the Summer League was Jalen Wells, who is a Folsom product. He got drafted in the second round by the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
And he hit a game winner yesterday. And what's crazy?
I did see that.
Yeah, I played against him in high school. And I don't even remember it. My friend told me that because me and him were on the same team, obviously. But we played against him because he went to Folsom.
Okay.
And so it's crazy that he's really in the NBA right now, and he just hit a game winner.
Tyler went to Del Campo, if anybody doesn't know about that.
Yeah. So, that was just pretty cool to see. Someone I played against super long ago.
That's pretty awesome.
Hitting a game winner in the Summer League in the NBA.
I saw a clip of that. That's always exciting. You get your name blasted all over everywhere, and you're just a small hometown kid from here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's getting talked about a lot now because I think he is a really good player. He was really good in college. I didn't know if he was going to get drafted, but, he went late in the second round, so I'm really happy for him.
There you go.
Yeah. But,
for the Cali Classic, the end of it, Charlotte ended up going 3-0 over the whole thing.
Yeah.
So they took home the Cali Classic trophy.
Whatever that means.
We'll
see if that translates.
Yeah, that's smaller than the Summer League and then smaller than the in-season tournament.
Yeah. That would be really cool if the Kings won the in-season tournament. What's your take on the in-season tournament?
Don't hang a banner.
Did the Lakers hang a banner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
we can't be like the Lakers.
Yeah, I know.
Don't hang a banner. It would be cool. It would be awesome. I feel like small franchises like the Kings, the small market teams, should be the teams that win that tournament.
Yeah.
Having the Lakers win it, it's like, really? Like, you're the most commercialized team in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Indiana made it to the finals of it, which was pretty cool.
Having Tyrese on that team, it would have been a little bittersweet seeing that. And then we would have got Gaston for sure.
Yeah.
But, a team like Indiana should be the team to win that.
Yeah,
they should have been a team.
That would have been really cool.
I would have been more happy seeing them win it than the Lakers.
You wouldn't be mad if Indiana hung a banner for winning that compared to the Lakers.
No,
because the Lakers have how many banners already? It's like you're really going to hang an in-season tournament. Yeah,
especially having the quote unquote GOAT over there.
Yeah,
but it's you can't expect to be the top team in the league and be hyped about a banner like that.
Yeah. What's your take on the courts for the in-season tournament? The crazy color, the trophy in the middle.
Me making a NBA 2K court.
I agree with
in
that.
our leagues that we made at home together.
We used to do that all the time.
Yeah, that reminds me of our courts that we made.
I personally like it. I think
cool.
It's cool.
It's like
I like it.
I am a fan of the tournament itself.
Yeah.
It adds a bit more excitement. Exactly.
To the beginning of the season when, after the first few weeks of the regular season, most, casual fans will probably tune out, stop watching a ton of games. But with this in-season tournament, it kind of gives you a reason to watch.
Mm-hmm. I actually got a chance to go to one last year.
Oh, wow.
And it was the one against the Warriors where Malik hit that crazy buzzer. Or not was a buzzer beater, but it was,
that was
last
the best game of the year.
And he hit that wild mid-range shot.
Man, that was crazy. He was falling away, one hand.
Exactly.
Off the backboard.
Top of the key.
Yeah. And that was a weird game too because the Warriors had to win by 11 to make it.
Yeah.
And it was already over. But the Kings were still trying to win.
We just wanted to win it.
Yeah, because it still counted towards the record.
Regular season.
Yeah. And it's funny that game really came it mattered down in the end of the stretch because the Kings and the Warriors were about 1 or 2 games apart. It's pretty crazy.
Every game matters.
Every game matters. Yeah.
And then also, having that new rivalry with the Warriors, it felt that much better.
Yeah.
It was just.
Yeah, especially after the year before where they lost in Game 7.
Yeah,
That was,
definitely.
That game was insane. What do you think about the Warriors' chances next year? Signing Buddy, signing DeAnthony Melton.
And then also
Kyle
Kyle
Anderson.
Anderson. Kyle Anderson, I feel like, is a great pickup for him.
Yeah.
It is a little slow or they are kind of a slow team, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy
aging.
to say.
Yeah.
They used to be like the fast-paced
exactly.
team. Yeah.
That was almost 10 years ago, though.
Man.
That was great. That's crazy.
But
I think they are gonna. They need to make another move for sure.
Yeah.
They need to make another move.
they're really pushing for Laurie right now, but
yeah.
I don't know if they want to give up all the picks.
I think it's slipping right now for them. I don't think they'll be able to get Laurie. Laurie, I think, is going to be staying in jazz country.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's best for him, honestly. He'll make a bag out there.
Yeah.
He'll get signed to
be the star.
Exactly.
Probably
and then
be an all-star.
They'll build around him, too.
Yeah.
It'll be his team, most likely.
Yeah. An underrated person I think the Warriors might be looking at is Zach LaVine.
Really?
He's got a big contract. The Bulls are really just trying to get rid of him.
I guess it doesn't make sense. It does add some sort of quickness.
Yeah.
He is an aging guard.
And the Warriors just need someone else to score the ball.
Yeah.
Kyle Anderson's not helping you score the ball.
Nah.
He's just another Draymond out there. He can't shoot it. But Buddy, I do like the Buddy pickup.
Buddy pickup is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll spread the floor a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boo him every time he's here in Sac.
He's gonna get.
He talks some smack on us. So
did you see what Gilbert Arenas said?
Oh my
about
God!
the
Don't
Kings?
even get out of here. Disrespecting.
Yeah, we shouldn't even bring him up because Gilbert Arenas really lost a lot of respect from a ton of Kings fans. I bet just bashing on the city of Sacramento like that when he
bashing on the people of Sacramento.
People of Sacramento.
Bashing on the people. Don't disrespect my people.
That was really uncalled for.
Your name is Gilbert.
Gilbert. He was a bucket though back in his heyday. I did like his game.
Whatever.
Yeah, but
you
not
bash
anymore.
on this. I'm not gonna admit that.
Yeah.
Bashing on Sacramento.
We're about to go to our first break, so tune back in about.
Yo, what's up? It's DJ Elements, and you're with my guy Tyler, and you're checking out 96.5 FM. Let's go, Kings!
All right, thanks DJ Elements for that awesome clip right there. One of the biggest DJs in Sacramento, almost 14K on Instagram, 8th season as the Kings main DJ. So thanks for him.
Appreciate you, DJ.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, Luke, you attended the Sac Republic game last night, and I wanted to ask you what was that game?
That was the semifinals for the. That was the quarterfinals. Actually, my apologies for the Lamar Hunt Open Cup for the MLS and USL and all minor league soccer league teams across the U.S. It was against the Seattle Sounders of the
awesome.
MLS. So, pretty cool to just play a big team like that that's won multiple MLS championships.
Wow.
So that was pretty awesome seeing them coming here. Sac Republic put up a great fight. Went down to literally the last minute.
Yeah.
Lost 2-1 though, unfortunately. A lot of controversy actually. I feel like, obviously, as a fan of Sac Republic, you see what you want to see when stuff isn't going your way.
Meaning the refs and all that.
Yeah, the refs.
Yeah.
But this one felt a little different. Definitely felt like it was like the refs going, we need to see MLS teams in the semifinals and the finals. We need all eyes on the cup. We need to grow MLS. We don't need to grow USL.
Yeah.
But in the last, I think it was in the 86th minute, I think, we had an attack on goal. We were dribbling up on the right side, and they crossed it in, and it was, just a couple ricochets in front of the goal, and then kicked it in, and then out of nowhere the ref calls offsides.
No.
Showed a replay on the big screen, and it's super questionable.
That is my least favorite call in soccer.
In the last 2 minutes, it's kind of it sucks.
So that would have tied it up.
It would have tied it up.
Wow.
Would have gone to extras, and the way the game was going, Republic was pressing the whole time.
Really?
It was like the possession was on our side. We were getting all the attacks. They would come back with a counterattack. Our goalie Vidiello, unfortunate mistake in the I think it was the end of the second half. We were down 2-0. Kind of came out a little too early. Kind of slipped up. they scored an easy second goal, but they scored a nice header in the 60th minute, I believe, and 2-1. Exciting game from that point on.
So Sac Republic scored a header?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was 2-1.
Awesome.
Kept the game exciting, kept going. We were attacking, and then that offside happened.
Yeah.
Took the sails out of it.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, obviously you kind of just made the point that there's not that much of a talent gap from, the MLS and the Sac Republic team.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, the Sac Republic have beaten plenty of MLS teams in the past. Like, I mean, in this tournament also. We were in the finals, I think that was last year. Last year or 2 years ago, we were in the Lamar Hunt Open Cup finals against Miami. It was Inter Miami, or no, not Inter Miami, the other Miami team. But we were in the finals with them. Traveled over there, played against them, and they won 3-0 or 3-1, I think.
Yeah.
So we've had success against MLS teams.
Yeah.
I mean, we almost became an MLS team, and then unfortunately that the investor backed out, and we kind of got SOL. But
yeah. So I am attending the Sac Republic game on Saturday, and I was wondering so that's going to be a regular season game?
That will be a little bit different. So this was a cup game. So they play in-season tournaments, and you play group stages at first unless you're already in it, and then you play elimination games. At the same time, you're going to be playing in your own league. So at the same time, MLS season was going on, so they were playing regular season MLS games. This is just an in-season tournament.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're eliminated, but you're just going to a regular season game.
Yeah.
Right now, Sac Republic's actually doing pretty good. We're in second place. I think we've only lost 2 games right now.
Okay. And how long does the regular season go? Like, does it end in like August, or like does it keep going to like the winter months?
No, it doesn't go in all the way. No, it doesn't go all the way into the winter months. I'm not too sure exactly when it ends. I want to say we're almost at the. I think we're at like the halfway point right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think we play around like 20 games or so.
20 games.
Maybe a little bit more. But yeah, we're in second place in the Western Conference right now. We're like 7-2 right now.
Okay.
7 wins, 7 draws, 2 losses.
Okay.
Those draws kind of hurt us a lot.
Yeah.
Like if we were able to get those up, like
that would be big.
Yeah.
That would be big.
But we're only 3 points behind. I believe it might be San Antonio is up there.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. That was a crazy game you went to last night. And all that,
it was very exciting.
Yeah.
Disappointing, but great game. Great game.
Yeah. Good experience.
Nothing to lose for us playing an MLS team.
True. Yeah. Got to play as hard as you can. But, we'll get back into basketball now. The Olympics, actually, tonight is a big, just exhibition game.
Big game.
USA is playing against Canada in Vegas tonight. I'm definitely going to be watching that. The first time we get to see this new age dream team play together.
I don't want to call it a dream team. I don't want to call it a dream team.
Also, we got some news on them this morning.
Great team.
Kawhi Leonard is officially out of the Olympics, and Derek White from the Boston Celtics will be replacing him. I do love Derek White as a player, but I'm a little questionable on the move, knowing they already have Drew Holiday.
A little skeptical on that move right there.
Drew Holiday, I thought, was the guy who was like not a star, who could fit with this team, just defensively and make the right play. I don't think you need another guy like that. I think they should have got, another star. Like, go get Kyrie. Go get someone like that. Kyrie could have
been on there. I think it's just it's almost like a image at this point.
Yeah.
They went to the championship team, I feel like, again. They're just like, let's get no hate to Derek White.
He's a great player.
Great player.
Great player.
I just don't think he was worthy enough of that pickup on the team.
He's always been playing with Team USA, though.
At that point, go get De'Aaron.
Go get De'Aaron. That would have been sick.
He was already a candidate for the team.
Yeah.
He adds that much more speed to the team. Yeah. If you want to move on to the next age of USA basketball as well, Ant Edwards was talking some crazy stuff.
He was. We're going to get into that.
But, if you want to move on to that next point of USA basketball, I know there's still these great names that are, on the team.
Yeah.
And, they're still amazing. They'll probably dominate most of the teams.
Well, tonight is going to be a great
Tonight's
game.
a question.
Canada has a lot of NBA guys.
Tonight is the team that I definitely think could actually make something happen against the U.S.
True. You know, just some top guys that come to mind on Canada is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, R.J. Barrett, Lou Dort.
Our boy Trey Lyles is on the team.
Who else? They got some stars. Jamal Murray. That's a big name.
They got Jamal Murray. They got Zach Edey on the team.
Edey.
Andrew Wiggins. I think you might have already said that.
Yeah. R.J. Barrett.
Kelly Olynyk is going to be on there.
They have a ton of NBA guys. Dylan Brooks, who cooked USA last year.
Yeah, amazing. He's a great defensive player.
Yeah.
He'll be able to lock down a few people, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he talks a lot of mess, and when he does talk, he kind of gets humbled.
Yeah.
So maybe if he stays silent, just be a silent killer, Dylan.
Yeah. That's what he got to do. But let's go over the Team USA roster now. It's official. We have Steph Curry. We have Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Edwards, and Derek White now replacing Kawhi. I do think this might be the best USA team of all time.
Really?
I'm going to say it. I would take this team.
Better than the Redeem team.
Better than the Redeem team. That was, I kind of forgot about that one. Yeah. That was Kobe.
I was going to bring this up in a little bit.
LeBron.
I was going to bring this up.
Yeah, that team was nice.
Shaq.
They had Carmelo.
Wait, was Shaq on that team?
No, Dwight Howard. It was Dwight Howard.
No, Dwight Howard. Yeah, I got that wrong. My bad. My apologies.
Almost.
My apologies.
You know, Dwight Howard played like
Tyson Chandler was a starter though. That's when Tyson Chandler was. People forget about that man.
He was a dog.
That guy was a dog. Dwayne
NBA
Wade
champion.
was on that team.
Yeah, Melo was a bucket.
I'm sorry. I was going to say that the Redeem team, I feel like, would handle this team.
I mean, you're probably right just because of Kobe.
This is an old LeBron that, like, obviously, he still does his thing, but, like, against that young LeBron, sorry. Like,
True.
And then Kobe's going to beat Steph. Like, that Kobe on that team.
True.
Just go back to those clips. Go back to him running through Powell's chest in the championship game.
He was not going to
lose. Kobe
lose.
was not going to lose any of that.
And Spain was good back
Spain was amazing.
Rudy Fernandez.
Spain was amazing.
Cooking.
I'm not giving the Redeem. I'm not giving that.
I like that pushback. I thought you were going to come back with the 1992 Dream Team, but we'll get into them in a little bit. We'll go over
respect, but
respect them, of course. But like you said earlier, Anthony Edwards is talking a little crazy in these USA, press conferences. He's saying that he should be the number one option on this whole team, and that they need to work around him.
I think he still feels like he's in Minnesota.
Yeah,
like obviously in Minnesota, that's his team.
Yeah,
like that's his. He needs to leave that at home.
He might just be saying it.
That's what I was also going to. That's
probably going to buy in a little more.
Yeah, I was going to say that this plays into his character.
It does.
Everything he said goes to that movie, the Adam Sandler movie that
Hustle.
Hustle.
Love that movie.
Like it plays into his character. Like he played himself in that movie.
He did.
But no, I think he's just trying to get on to LeBron and Tatum and Steph.
Yeah.
Like it's all, and I mean, KD as well. But I think he's just trying to get under their skin, trying to just get them to, I don't know,
go at him in practice and all that.
Exactly.
But I do think he could potentially be a starter. I was going to ask you, what do you think the starting lineup should be on this team? Because they could go a lot of ways. You know,
I do think. I mean, I think
Steph.
I don't think they should play around him, but I think he should start. I think it should be Steph, Ant,
KD,
LeBron, and then Embiid. Honestly, I don't think AD should start.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think AD should start.
is arguably the best player in the NBA right now.
Yeah. I'm surprised, honestly. Like, he's played for how many national teams in the past few years?
I think he's played for 2.
I thought he played for no, he didn't play for France. It was Cameroon. And then there was another team he played for. This is like the third international team.
But then he just decided to join USA this year, so I don't know.
But I do think with him on our team, I think he should start at center instead of AD. AD should come off the bench.
Yeah, I agree. But the only question mark is really that 2 spot. Like you said, it's either Ant.
Did I say LeBron or Tatum? I feel like
you said I know Tatum could start over.
Tatum can start over LeBron at some point or Ant.
LeBron was voted the by the players and the coaches. He was voted the best player on the team.
That is true. Yeah,
and he's 40.
I'm
years
just
old.
a LeBron here.
I know. But he is 40 years old, and his peers still vote him as the best player on the team. I did see a lot of pushback, towards like in the, comment sections and all that. Like LeBron is not even close to the best player on this team. It's KD. He shouldn't even start. All this stuff, but I don't know. LeBron is still just insane at 40 years old.
Yeah, I mean, me personally. It's also including the hate, but then also I think Tatum would do better than LeBron.
I think you can start both. I think Ant shouldn't start. I think
that is
it should
true.
be
Yeah.
Steph, Tatum,
That's a
KD,
big
LeBron,
lineup.
Embiid.
That's
That's a big
huge
lineup.
right
Good
there.
defensive lineup as well.
Screw it. Screw it. Put him out there.
Yeah, put him out there. Tatum could play the 2.
Yeah.
What is he, like 6'8", 6'10"? He's going to be locking up.
That'd
but
be insane too.
if you were, thinking about it, do you think this team will end up disappointing us? Because there's some good teams they can go.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I were to put this team number 1, they have to dominate this year.
Yeah.
They have to
do.
blow Canada out tonight, blow them out in the Olympics.
Yeah.
They have to sweep their whole group. They can't lose one game. They can't lose one game this year, and then they'll be number 1.
Yeah.
I do think they'll get gold.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll lose at the end.
But didn't the Redeem team, wasn't it a close game against Spain?
Close.
So that's
But
that's why you say.
Or no, it wasn't close. It was close for the first
And then-
2.5 quarters, something like that. And then out of nowhere, they just turned up on them.
It was
They
like Kobe
came,
and D Wade and
They kind of creamed them for that gold medal game.
True.
And then, I mean, you talk about Germany. They were the FIBA World Cup winners.
Dennis Schroeder leading the way.
Dennis Schroeder. Got to put respect on. I picked him up in 2K so much.
Yeah,
I love Dennis
he's
Schroeder.
2K goat.
I would say the name that we gave him, but I can't.
But yeah, Dennis Schroeder. He was cooking last year. Nobody had an answer for him. Not one team.
No, yeah, he's quick, like just annoying. He's a pest, just like anywhere you put him on the court.
I think they also have the Wagner brothers, Franz and Mo.
Yeah,
that's pretty solid.
Germany's a scary, or not scary, but like they're
deep. They're a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team.
They'll rely on their defense a lot over there.
One of the teams that I'm really looking out for is France.
France is
Yeah. They are a big team.
Wemby, Gobert.
Wemby and Gobert. That's all I gotta
who's
hear.
Who's their Sochan? Jeremy Sochan.
Okay.
They're new players.
I don't love his game, but he could fit that team.
They're in the NBA.
Yeah.
They'll be able to match up.
You're right. But yeah,
Greece. I mean, I can't really say anything.
Just Giannis.
Respect.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Giannis play. I think they'll do good in their group.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll last long in the elimination stages.
True.
Yeah.
They did knock off Luka's team.
That was a little. I wanted to see Luka.
I didn't.
the Olympics.
He's hurt. He's been playing hurt for the last 4 months.
That is true.
And he looked hurt in the Olympics, even though he still dropped a 30-point triple-double, which he always seems to do. He still looked pretty hobbled out there. I think it's his rib that's messing him up.
Okay.
So he needs
too hard.
He needs to just take the summer off, chill.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But did you get a chance to see the number 1 prospect for next year, Cooper Flagg?
I definitely saw some highlights on that kid. 17 years old?
17 years old. He's going to Duke this year.
That's why AD needs to come off the bench. He was killing AD in the warm-ups.
Killing AD. And they talked about this a lot. They played an open run or like a real scrimmage, against the team select. I think Keegan's on that team as well. Cooper Flagg and all these guys against the real USA team. And they only lost by 1 point.
That's kind of.
And Cooper Flagg was leading the way.
I know
they're
probably not playing 100% like all the time.
I don't know if AD is just okay with getting cooked by a 17-year-old. He probably wasn't too happy about that.
He's probably getting gassed on a little bit.
But this guy Cooper Flagg is someone really got to watch out for.
He's gonna be good. 17 years old is crazy.
Yeah, and KD even said he's playing like he's a vet out there.
Yeah, he wants it.
Yeah, he's hitting these post fades on Drew Holiday, the best defender in the NBA.
All the prospects are looking at him right. I mean, he's gonna be number 1.
He's gonna be number 1. I feel like he could not play a single game in college and he would go number 1.
Probably.
Yeah. What if just predicting? What team would you want to see? On a tanking team. Where would you want to see him go if you could just off the top?
Honestly, I was thinking about this before.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Detroit.
Yeah.
So they've been the worst team in the league for how many years?
Long time.
And they haven't got the number 1 pick in how many years?
Well, they got Cade a few years, not too long ago.
Or not too long. That was
like 4 or 5 years ago.
exactly. They've been the worst team in the league ever since
and
then.
They keep getting like number 4 or 5. Yeah.
They need to get some luck and get that. I don't know. I feel like Detroit deserves. I like to see smaller market teams like change the NBA and get back into contention.
Yeah.
So a team like Detroit would be just make something happen in the NBA.
Yeah. I like that one. I do think Detroit doesn't develop their players very well, so that could be a little scary. But if you have a talent
they
like
might need new ownership. Or
True.
They also they fired the coach after 1 season.
Yeah.
You can't blame everything on the coach.
And he was the highest paid coach
of
all time.
They're still paying him.
Yeah.
For 2 more years.
He was making $90 million.
He stole so much money from Detroit.
Yeah, and he's just getting paid to sit on the couch now.
He's at home. Right? He's getting paid by 2 other teams right now, by
Phoenix and
Suns
someone
too.
else.
Yeah.
But this Team USA team is really exciting though. I am really excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, no, they are going to be. They're going to be done. I mean, tonight I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, gotta tune in tonight.
And then, but the Redeem team, if the Redeem team came and played them, I don't think they would. I don't think they would win.
I like that point. I was more focused on the dream team of back then because they had MJ, Magic, Barkley, Chris Mullin, Larry Bird, Scotty, Patrick Ewing.
We might be upsetting some of the old heads.
Yeah, I know. We got to give them respect. David Robinson, John Stockton, Karl Malone, and of course the great Christian Laettner, college legend. I
forgot about Christian Laettner.
He was on that roster.
I forgot about him.
He was on that roster.
Yeah, that might actually make my choice. I go with it.
Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner kind of puts it over the top.
Yeah, but going back to Cooper Flagg, the team I want to see him go to is Chicago. I think that would be really cool.
They are in a rebuild.
They're
completely rebuilding.
They just got Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
He's going to be running the team.
Yeah.
So they're definitely going to be tanking. That's all I can say about that. They're definitely going to be tanking.
I hate the word tanking because it just, I don't know.
It just
puts disrespect on the players, I feel like.
Last year, the Kings lost to almost all tanking teams. Detroit
Charlotte,
twice. Charlotte at home.
They got blown out by Charlotte twice, I'm pretty
So
sure.
bad. That's just horrible. But yeah, I think Chicago would be really interesting to see him, thrive there. I think with their new rookie, Matas Buzelis, I think that could be really interesting pairing in like the front court. They're both long. They can both shoot it. Josh Giddey running the offense. I actually really do like Kobe White as well.
Kobe White. I've always liked Kobe White.
Yeah, he had a great
awesome.
year last year. I think he's the best player on that team right now.
Yeah, definitely. He's one person that I kind of wanted to come off the bench for us for a little bit. I don't know if he would be all right with it.
Yeah.
He's definitely a starting caliber player, I feel like.
He is.
But he's one person that I kind of wanted to pick up at some point.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do think the Bulls need to move on from, Vucevic and Zach LaVine, right away. Like, they need to just pick a direction. Trading DeRozan was definitely the first step. Honestly, we could have thrown
a trade package together for DeMar and Vucevic.
I don't love Vucevic's game, though. I mean, as a backup big, that would be pretty nice.
We need that right now.
Insane.
We kind of need that.
We need rim protection. That's what the Kings need, is rim protection. Alex Len definitely provides that. But how much else does he provide besides the great screens, like you mentioned earlier? He's a great screen setter. But besides that, I do think the Kings need to still make
one more, like a nice stretch four.
Yeah, they can protect the rim a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we just need some more, like, athleticism, honestly, out there.
Not even obviously a great blocker would be amazing, but someone who can just get up and alter shots.
Yeah.
And
you don't have to block the shot. Just be there to alter it, like you said. Yeah, that's a good point. Anything else on the USA? I guess the dream team, I was going to ask you who you would pick. Obviously, you already said you'd pick this team over the dream team, but you got to give the old heads some love, man.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan obviously on there, Pippen. I don't know. I can't get sold in. I don't know.
Yeah. So your number
Bird.
One is the Redeem team.
Yeah. I like to shout Bird when I'm shooting though.
Yeah. That is kind of your player comp, I'd say.
Yeah. But nah, I like the Redeem team a lot.
Yeah.
It's just I was a kid when it was happening. They're some dogs, man.
Yeah, they really are. That thing on Netflix about them, that is so cool.
That's a great, great documentary.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm gonna look at the roster real quick. They had Carlos Boozer, a young Carlos Boozer who was a dog. Jason Kidd running the show.
Jason, okay.
LeBron. They had Darren Williams, who was a dog as well. Michael Redd.
Yep.
He was pretty good. Dwayne Wade. Kobe was the captain of the team, so that's really cool to see. Just having Kobe as the captain of your team.
Kobe there. And then he was also coming off of his injury too after that year.
And he was trying to win at all costs.
He wanted everything.
And like we said earlier, they had Dwight Howard, they had a young Chris Bosh, a young Chris Paul, a young Tayshaun Prince as well, and Carmelo Anthony. So, and that was Carmelo with the dreads.
Yep.
That was Carmelo on Denver. That was exciting, Carmelo.
That was dog Melo, man.
That was. But if you were the Kings GM right now, would you give up a first-round pick for Dorian Finney-Smith?
Not a first-round pick. He's not worth a first-round pick.
They're asking for it.
A first round?
They are.
We can give Kevin Huerter in a second round for them.
True. And
his contract is super cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than Kevin Huerter's.
Yeah. So that would work financially.
I will say he's on the
Brooklyn.
Yeah. So they are in complete rebuild. So they just got a bunch of picks.
Yeah.
So that does make sense that they're asking for first round.
Yeah.
I don't know if 2 second rounds is worth it. Maybe.
Well, from the Kings side?
From the Kings.
Yeah. Second rounders aren't
I know they're
very valuable.
Yeah, they're not very valuable. Yeah. Give them 2 second rounders and Huerter. Hopefully they'll take it.
4 second rounders. We need Dorian Finney-Smith.
We do kind of need that.
That would be the perfect fit.
I don't think a first round pick though is worth it.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't do it either.
No.
Because with the Kings, you never know. We thought after 2 years ago that they wouldn't be still in the lottery for a long time.
Yep.
And of course they're back in it the next year. They have the 13th pick. Taking Devin Carter with that pick. I'm really excited about him, man. He is just one of those guys that can do it all besides handle the ball, like you mentioned a lot.
I'm excited for his development, especially getting Demar in there.
Yeah.
He's he's already excelled in his 3-point shooting at the end of college. He's going to get better with that.
Yeah.
And then he can get to the hoop really easily.
Yeah.
And with his mid-range, that's one thing he could improve on for sure.
For sure. And DeMar is the guy
will be able to help
with that.
And
for sure.
He's a little bit bigger, heavy set than DeMar.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be able to, if he impersonates DeMar, gets that mid-range, turnaround, draw the double team at all times, he'll be able to get down to the hoop easily just by slashing or just kick it out easily. I think we'll be able to. We just need to sink our open shots. That's what we had a lot of issues with last year, is just keep the open shots flowing. It's
Kevin Huerter struggling last year was definitely a big part of that.
Coming after injury too, I feel like that kind of affected it.
For sure.
He kind of and then it was also a different scheme for him when he came back.
Yeah.
And Malik, they had to change everything.
Yeah.
They brought in different guards to replace him, keep him going.
Yeah.
But hopefully he comes back stronger.
Yeah. I do think if Kevin Huerter is going to be back on this team, that he's going to have to take a very minimal role compared to what he was given earlier.
That's if he's on the team.
Yeah. Which, who knows? Maybe he could come back and have a crazy year like 2 years ago and light it up and maybe earn his way back into the starting lineup.
Yep.
But I don't know if they need him in the starting lineup anymore because we have so much offense.
We have a lot of offense.
We need that defense.
It's insane how much offense we have. I'm surprised to be saying that right now. Actually not really. We've always had offense. But right now, last year, our defense went from one of the worst to one of the best in 1 month at the end.
Yeah.
And that was when Malik and Huerter got hurt.
By a change of personnel.
That was when Malik and Huerter got hurt.
Yeah.
So I think that is a big reason why Huerter going out. That's why our defense went up so well.
Yeah.
So I think that might be it.
It seemed like Mike Brown was kind of reluctant to play Huerter too many minutes last year as well, struggling. I do think Mike Brown kind of affected him in the headspace. Just by, fluctuating his minutes so much, playing Malik way more than him.
Yeah.
But it was a great episode of King of the Court. This was the second episode. Again, I'm here with Luke Mitchell. This is